called a Sonic Adventure. I'm hearing about that. It's been rumored. I don't think it's going to happen. If it does, I don't think it's going to be the greatest hope, but we'll see. So yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I don't know why they were so insistent in throwing the battle tag in there, other than the 2-player editions, like I was saying. But yeah, there you go. And of course, Live and Learn kicking things off.
File select.
I didn't realize I had so many emblems. So yeah, it's up to you if you want to do story, we just want to jump into stages, or whatever. You know, I'm not just taking game requests, I'm actually also taking requests for what we do in the game. Yeah, how about that? I'm a very interactive, hands-on type of streamer. Which I can afford to be when I've got all of 3 fans. That is very true. In Japan, Sonic Unleashed, I don't know if I'd call it, some people call it Sonic Adventure 3 because it had that title. It did have kind of a Sonic Adventure feel to it with the adventure feels and the different power-ups and stuff, kind of made it feel like it, and the fact that it had a story around it. Other people say Sonic 06 was kind of a Sonic Adventure 3, which, as much as I hate that game, I have to say it kind of is. It has kind of a similar premise. It has, you know, Robotnik as the main villain, and him trying to bring back some kind of monster or creature or something. But yeah, Sonic Adventure 3, I'm not holding my breath on that happening. But I think a Sonic Adventure remake could really be good, like for the Dreamcast, if they like made it, you know, PS4 graphics with all the stuff kind of improved or whatever. Before we do stage selection, try out your favorite stages, if you insist.
Select a stage.
Of course, it doesn't get more iconic than City Escape. Everybody knows the song, everybody knows the, well, everybody knows the stage.
Attention all units. Suspect seen heading south. Block all major roads and capture the suspect.
See, a lot of people say this is like the best stage in the game. I disagree, but I do really like the stage. I love the song, you know, I love the feel. It was a great way to start the game. To me, the game gets so much better as it goes. I'll even do a couple of Robotnik stages, because I mean, I really like a lot of stages. Just any one of the stages I don't like, it's Knuckles and Rouge. I don't even hate those so much. It is very Sonic feeling, just the tricks you can do and stuff like that. But I would argue, and I'll play it in a little bit, there's one stage that I think is even more, it feels more like a Sonic, like old school stage in 3D. We'll take a look at that. And I'm not talking about the unlockable Green Hill Zone. That obviously is a This was the last game, I mean the Dreamcast one and this one. This was the last game to me that felt like a Sonic game. Like it felt like a big release. You know, Sonic games come out now and they just kind of feel like mobile games on console. Like they just feel kind of basic. This game had a good story, it had a lot of levels, it had different characters, different missions. Like it really felt like a game you could sink like hundreds of hours into. With most normal people, at least 20 or 30 hours into. There's a lot to do in this game, beyond the main missions. And that to me is what Sonic should have been, but I still say that when Sega got out of the console business, they stopped kind of trying. Like Sonic Heroes, which I also have, which is actually a pretty good game, was the first game I played where I said, you know, this kind of just feels like, you know, okay, but it doesn't feel like it's really doing anything. It's just kind of, look at Sonic, you know who he is, but like, other than that, you could have taken Sonic's name off it, and it might not have sold as well. That's just my opinion. Maybe I hold Sonic to this super high standard. I just remember back when Sega and Nintendo were battling, and like, you know, Mario 64 was the hot new thing, and then Sonic Adventure came out, and that was the hot new thing. And you don't have that anymore. Like Sonic, you know, doesn't try to compete with anything. Sonic's just, you know, it's a platforming game, it's 3D. You know, we wrote a little story, it's really not much, but, you know, play it. I mean, I even enjoy Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, but, I don't know, the stuff at the time was just really new and exciting. You know, right now, maybe not so much, because I've played it a couple times, but I've always said that. Sonic Adventure 2 was like the last game that you could tell they were like kind of trying to make something. Like it was really
Yes!
a big deal at the time. And since then, they just don't. I don't know if it's a promotion issue or development issue. It just doesn't feel like that. Maybe again, I'm just kind of married to the character.
That was
Even
cool!
this stage, I've played so many times, I can just ace it like every time. It's like I'm not even trying.
Select
I'm
a
not gonna
stage.
just do the Sonic stages, but you know, I don't do a lot of them. Do Radical Highway. We'll go through that, and then we'll kind of just move around a little bit, I guess. What I like about this stage is how you can use the lightspeed dash to kind of make it just a little bit quicker. The game was playable for like everybody, but if you were really good at it, you could pull off some like different tricks, which I kind of appreciated. The more you played it, the more like little shortcuts you could find. But you could also play it without knowing the game and still be able to hit it. It was kind of made for everybody. I think Sonic Adventure, the first game, was a little bit had some elements to it. As much as I love Sonic Adventure, and actually it's a better game. It had some elements that maybe, you know, fans who weren't Sonic fans might not take it. Whereas this is kind of like, I know people who aren't even Sonic fans who love this game. You know, they'll be like, oh, this is really fun, you know, like it's just a good platforming game. You know, even the treasure hunting is like unbearable. It's not fast. For some reason, you don't fall if you fall down. Now you die. You missed that jump, you died. That I know. Whoopsie. Well, that's gonna mess up my A ring. So every time you die, your score resets to 0, which I always kind of hated. Pretty much. Oh, geez. Let's say there's a way to grind this.
Oops.
Maybe not. Yeah, but see, Shadow was still cool in this game. He was a black hedgehog. Now who knows what they're doing to Shadow. Dead, is he alive, is he prone, we don't really know. Maybe all three. Dead.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
That wasn't so hard.
Wasn't the best either.
Select a stage.
I actually really like Shadow Summer Shoes. What is that? I like the premise. They kind of give him like momentum, but he's not like Sonic when he runs. Like he kind of glides like on roller skates. Not really sure I understand the science behind it, but definitely a good accessory that differentiates him from Sonic. I will say, stages like these, you can kind of see some graphic enhancements over the Dreamcast version. A little bit more like in the Horizon. Make it look a little more realistic, I guess. Yeah, the Lightspeed dash is weird. I don't know if it was in Forces, but some games use it, but only for like one thing. It'll be like, hit the Y button to go across these rings, but it won't be used to like make any combos or anything, which I really liked in this one. Like you could homing attack a bunch of enemies and then go into a Lightspeed dash. But of course, this part, I know there's like some shortcut to get to like the very top of the rocket, which kind of changes it a little bit, and you get a better score out of it, but I'm not. Like, there's actually a handle way toward the top of the rocket. I can never remember how to get there. I mean, the funny thing is, Sega has the blueprint to make a good 3D Sonic game. They've done it, at least twice, and I would even throw Heroes in there as a good 3D Sonic game. And then for some reason, they just threw that away and said, whatever. And I like the boost games, like I like Unleashed and Generations. I thought, it was a nice novel concept that worked. Long term, if they want to start putting more characters in the game, I think they need something more like this, where it's controllable and you can make bigger stages. And I don't know, I think that would be a little bit better. I think you could have Tails and Knuckles in these kind of stages. And maybe it doesn't have to be treasure hunting or anything. It can just be like kind of a story-based game with similar levels, kind of like the old games.
Just
kind of enforces with the there was some, they tried to do some stuff with the avatar in Sonic Adventure, Sonic Forces that I know what you're saying, that kind of emulated those skills, but I don't know. I'd say the homing attack was probably the best thing they've come up with in any of the 3D Sonic games. That was a great idea that stuck around. The grinding, they still do it, but it, to me, was the best in this game. So many neat ways to use it. This was the last great 3D Sonic game. I mean, I make the case for Generations and Colors, and I do love them, but to me, this was a no-doubter. Like, I love the story, I love the levels, I love the characters. There really was very little downside to this game. There's almost every other game has something about it that I can go, This introduced grinding, it had really cool homing attack and shortcuts, like, I don't know. It just worked. What can I say? Like, all the characters played well, although I'm trying to think of a Tails level I want to play, and I can't think of them. Robotnik had a couple cool levels, but I can't think of any Tails levels. I might do a couple of Robotnik levels next. To me, this just feels so much more fluid, especially after playing Forces.
Here we go.
Or even Heroes. Heroes had a little bit of slippery control, but it was just, I don't know, it still worked, though.
Too easy for
Too
me.
easy for me. Alright, let's do a couple Robotnik levels.
Select a stage.
Start with one that I like. Weapons Bed. There it is, Sand Ocean. I really like Sand Ocean. Actually, maybe I'll do Hidden Bases Tails. That was a decent level. Just so I can say I played as everybody. I know, platforming and Sonic game, remember that, right? Jumping from platform to platform. See, I don't mind the shooting. Some people are like, oh, I don't like that they made it a shooter, but like, for Robotnik, it makes sense. The pace of it works, the platforming works, like, it works. Would I want it in every level? No, but the levels it's in, they at least thought it through. You know, you have the health bar and all that, like, it works. It's not like a mini game, it's an actual, like, a level. I can still take this over, yeah, you know, Rouge, I like the idea of security halls, Rouge, I love the music and stuff, but it's just completely fun. You got 5 minutes to find the emeralds, it could be in any of the vaults, and it's just really annoying. Knuckles and Rouge's controls are both really good, but again, it's just nothing, it's just annoying having to find the emeralds. Unless it's in a small environment, like every level after their first one isn't. Then you have to hunt for those keys and the Robotnik's base or whatever, it's just, it's a it really is. That would be cool. I'm not sure how they would do that, but I like this setup actually. I mean, when I first heard that you could play as Robotnik in this game, believe it or not, that was like one of my selling points. So I was like, you play as Robotnik? Like, for all these years, you know, he's always the guy you fought. You know, I'm like, I don't care how they do it. I thought maybe you would, you know, fly his glider or whatever, but like, I like this too. Like, this is awesome. It still works. I just don't like that they made Tails like also in one of these. I feel like Tails could have just blown and something. They had to even out the gameplay, so he was the hero shooting character. I don't necessarily agree with. Sometimes Sega gets a little caught up in their formulas where it's like, I don't know, one character has a level, so we gotta give another character the same idea. Well, not necessarily. It was like the shooting soundtrack. There's really no bonus to it. But yeah, they could bring back like the, I forget what it's called. It's like the Death Egg robot, the really big robot from Sonic 2. I mean, that'd be unfair. It'd be like stomping everybody in the face. There's plenty that they could do with Sonic. I've always said that. They really, like, haven't used the character very well. I think they have a bunch of, like, different levels. Kind of like Crash Bandicoot, maybe, like you were saying, have some Star Fox levels of, like, Tails' ship or something. Like, they could have really made it more than what it is. Basically, lately, it's just been a few running levels of Sonic and, like, like they're really very limited. And that's not even counting the extra characters. That's just the characters they could use in the basics. Still make a good game. They don't need to add a new character every game. They don't need to add 3 new characters in a game just to say, oh look, they can use a grappling hook. Like, just give Tails a grappling hook. Like, they don't need these characters. Nefarious. No, I have not. I'm not even sure if I've heard of it. Was it a PS2 game? Or was it more recent? I guess you play as a villain in that.
Yosh!
Yes. The nefarious Dr. Robot.
That wasn't so difficult.
That wasn't so difficult.
Select a stage.
Just to be fair, I played Tails' version of that, except his is during the day. It's called Hidden Base. I like the desert levels. I thought there might have been a few too many of them, but I liked the idea of it. It's done really well. There really weren't any desert levels in Sonic Adventure except for one mini-game. I like the design of this level. Much like Robotnik, you want to stay out of it. get ready for Tails to give himself a pat on the back every time he does something remotely impressive. Okay. Yay! Okay. I'm good. Okay. There's Tails. It's funny if you come in here and get the ladies room. Good job! Take it in here. I knew that was there too, and I knew that was there. He plays a villain kidnapping. Interested. You fight the heroes of each. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. Oh, really? See, I was distracted from you telling me about the game. First one, you use a robot like that one Robotnik uses in the first Sonic. Oh, what, the Wrecking Ball? That's like his most well-known device. Ship with the Wrecking Ball. So, like, is it supposed to be parodying Sonic, or is it just kind of like, because he uses a robot, he looks like Sonic? Yeah, he even fights a V-like character that acts like Sonic. What is this whole game just kind of like a parody of different games? Like you fight Mario or whatever. Instead his name is like Giuseppe. Couldn't think of another generic Italian name that would work. King Krauser, the Koopa Kingdom. Check that game out. Is it like a platformer or probably one of those retro indie games? Oh, that's awesome. That's on Switch. I hear about these games. So long I've played the same collection. Ooh, multiple endings. If the bad guy wins. That's one thing about this game. Even if you play as the bad guy, you technically, well, it looks like you win, but you really win. I don't know if you've ever beaten this game. There's technically only one ending, even though there's two stories. Quite a few games I'm looking forward to streaming, including, of course, I don't know if it's going to be delayed coming out now with everything going on, but Final Fantasy VII Remake, as I almost died. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake is really cool. I'm trying to break any news by saying that. If I can get it, if it's not delayed, I would definitely get it and stream it. That's a game that I've been curious about. And I'm not even a big Final Fantasy fan, but I feel like I need to know, I need to learn at least a little bit about these characters, which I'll do by playing that game.
I did it!
Which looks really awesome. I mean, I've seen the game on PS1, but obviously this is going to be something else entirely, and I can't wait to see it.
Very
Very
good.
good. It's like that teacher that tells you that. Very good. Apparently, everybody's saying like Final Fantasy VI is like even better. Everyone's like, oh, they should make a Final Fantasy VI remake. That game is better. Yeah, I'm not big on RPGs either, but from what I've seen, this game looks more like a. It's still an RPG, but I don't know. It looked more like a hack and slash, like platforming type of game. I'm absolutely in for. Speaking of platformers, we're back to Sonic here. This is one of my favorite levels in the game. I love the music for one thing. Yeah, that's what I thought. I've seen some people streaming the demo, and it's and I don't know much about the story, and I'm purposely keeping it that way. Like, I want to be surprised. I really don't know what to expect out of it. I like it. Platforming here. Around. It's like novel now, but like Sonic games today, they give you like one platform to jump on. Otherwise, it's basically a racing game. The level where you first get the balance bracelets, these jumps you can't quite make, and for Sonic Adventure fans, I recognize those robots that shot me in the face and one of the Gamma remakes. These guys actually have super good aim. You're not like right on top of them. Really in a stick point of this part, you just grab a key, and then you just go. Also, another thing you should know, it's going to be released in parts. Really? I didn't know there was a Final Fantasy VII. Like, do I have to buy the game twice, or is it just going to be like after I beat part 1 and loads part 2? It's kind of annoying if that's the case. I knew it was a long game, but I didn't know it was that long. Like, I don't know if the original was released in 2 discs or not. I know some people did that back then. Like Sephiroth is dead, or is he really? Cute part 2. How much more can they add to the game? Like, this is already become a super long game. Okay, whatever they want to do. It's taking forever to come out. I hope it doesn't get delayed because of the virus. I'll buy it. If I'm able to buy it. I might not buy it day 1. Ah, that sucks. You gotta buy each part separately. I had never even heard about part 2 being released. I thought it was just Final Fantasy VII Remake. I thought that was it. When is part 2 coming out? Like October? Why I never heard about that. Ah. I hope so, because I did not know they were releasing it as 2 parts. That's a little misleading if you ask me. Every ad I've seen for it was Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yes! It didn't say Final Fantasy Remake Part 1. Yeah, I mean, if this was Part 1, it's taking this long to make it. I mean, I'm not even a big Final Fantasy fan, and I'm kind of like curious about this. But if I got to buy another part of it, that kind of turns me away a little bit.
Select a stage.
I'll do a couple more levels. Do another Robotnik level, since one of my favorites. Cosmic Wall. I like this level 1 because there's no gravity, so you just kind of like fly around all over the place. Rack up really good score.
Try to go up by tumbling. Get to high places with ease.
The real question is, which of my streams doesn't have a Sonic game in it? I feel like I've streamed at least one Sonic game every episode. That's not true, actually. Last couple episodes I've tried to stay away from it. Last time I think I did all Nintendo games. I probably asked you this already, but like, what did you think of Robotnik in the Sonic movie? I really liked it. Harry really hit it out of the park on that. I kind of thought he would. I was hoping he wouldn't be like too goofy, and I think he balanced it out really well. The finale in particular, I don't want to give away any spoilers. The finale in particular, I thought he handled it perfectly. I only wish Sonic and Robotnik had a little more screen time together, actually together. It seemed like every scene was either one or the other, and then when they finally like meet for the fight, it's like over in like 10 minutes. But it was a really good fight. That's why I'm really hoping for a sequel. Like, as good as that was, and I think it was really good, if that's the only movie, I'm going to be a little disappointed, because they really kind of set up some stuff that would make the sequel like 10 times more exciting. Whereas this was like a good start. Yeah, he really did. I like the way he was like, basically like, machines are better than people. Like, I think it's part of Robotnik's personality. They kind of overdid it a little bit. One of my favorite Sonic choosing Robotnik moments in movies actually kind of related to this, where he like latches on to Robotnik's vehicle or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, welcome to my live stream," and it was like just kind of funny how like Sonic's like kind of mocking him already. I've heard that too, but I mean, that's not guarantee when they made the Power Rangers movie, the Lionsgate reboot, supposedly there were like 5 of those in the works. Obviously, we haven't heard anything about that since it came out in 2017. Like they had, the Green Ranger was supposed to be in the next one, so they would have done more said, more stuff with Goldar or something, but maybe those movies just didn't do very well, but I'm hoping, I hope by multi-movie, I don't want to necessarily see them make like 10 Sonic movies that it's old, but I think they have enough in them for like 3. I think they can bring in Knuckles in the third one, the second one. I think they can bring Metal Sonic in for one, but I want them to be good, so I think they have a good base here. Sonic movie did do better than Pikachu, which I was surprised about. Just from the sense of the budget, how popular Pikachu's character is, I thought that was going to be better, and I actually like that. Pikachu, I thought it was a really well-made movie. If I'm being objective, it was probably better made than Sonic, because they had a better budget. I thought Sonic at times, kind of opted for having more dialogue because it's easier to afford that. Like Pikachu kind of did more of the actual Pokemon stuff that you would expect to do. Power Rangers was that Power Ranger movie, one of my friends saw it with me and he loved it, thinks it's one of the best things ever. I didn't hate it, but I also never watch it anymore because it's 2.5 hours long, and it's just, by the time you become the Power Rangers, it's the end of the movie. There's maybe 1 or 2 parts where I'm like, yeah, it's Power Rangers. The rest of the movie, I'm like, what am I watching? I'm watching a bunch of kids having trouble with their lives. It's like, okay. Maybe they made the Yellow Ranger gay or something. I have no idea. It was just stuff that it made them more believable. They had chemistry, but the problem, I don't know. It would have been better if it wasn't a Power Rangers movie, I guess is what I'm trying to say. If it was just a teen movie, I liked the way the characters connected with one another. But as a Power Rangers fan, I'm expecting more, blasting and zapping and all that. And that's kind of why I might have welcomed the second Power Rangers movie where they did know that. I kind of had to sit for 3 hours then to become the Power Rangers just to never be the Power Rangers again. Yeah, I like the character drama too. I think it could have played out in the second movie, but... And I know character drama was part of the original Power Rangers show, but it was not nearly as much of it as this was. And then just having the bizarre origins of Zordon and the whole alien ship underwater, and I'm like, how did they find this thing? They just happen upon these power coins, and they're going underwater that deep, and they're like, oh, there it is. It just seemed a bit much. In the original show, I like how Zordon picked them. In this one, it kind of seems like they just happen upon it. And you're like, okay, I guess this will work. So I like how it was more emotional. How the Blue Ranger who dies briefly. It's more at stake. It's not like Rita's this bumbling idiot. She actually could kill them. So I like that. I like that. There's more of a threat to it than, oh look, there's a putty controller. You could have more of that too. Yosh! Yosh. Alright, revving along here.
Now you know why I am the
so
best.
I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 more levels. And one of them, well, they're both going to be Sonic levels. They're going to be Sonic's last 2 levels of the game. And the reason I'm doing this is because I had mentioned that there's a level in the game that really reminds me of a Genesis level. And it's actually going to be this one. The music, just some of the dynamics just really feel like they could have worked in a Genesis game. Obviously, this is 3D, not 2D, but I just always felt like this had a classic Sonic feel to it with all the green lighting, Sonic breaking into Robotnik's base, anti-gravity switches, which actually were a thing back in Sonic 3. So there's some little subtle nods to the past in this level. Yeah, Goldar was a letdown. I was hoping he'd actually be kind of a night thing like he was in the real show, instead of just this weird thing made of liquid gold. He doesn't even talk. I don't know what it is. The music, and then this part here, of course, reminds me of the chemical plant zone going through the tubes. I thought this was a really excellent level. Didn't think so the first time I played it because it's really a difficult level when you're not used to it. Now that I'm older, I really appreciate this level design. There's a lot to it. There's stuff like this, where you can pick which way to go, but generally this is the best way to go. Yeah, no, I could see that. And actually, the music, I don't know if you ever played Sonic 3D Blast, but the music for this level always reminded me of Sonic 3D Blast. Not this part here, but where it's like, that was like a very... just does it well. That's one thing, though, now that you mentioned it. Well, Sonic Adventure had it, but there haven't been a lot of 3D pinball levels. Pinball was kind of like a really cool Sonic concept. Oh! I forgot about that. I forgot those caught. Yeah, those are Chaos, like, replicas. Like, they're actually, because they're fighting in the space colony, they're basically experiments that look like Chaos. That's why they have the water tendrils and everything. They're actually technically called Artificial Chaos. Another nice reference to the first game. Even if it doesn't entirely make sense, because supposedly the space colony has been shut down for many years, so why would they be making fake Chaos monsters when Chaos wasn't even around then? Oh, well, yeah, the Chaos clone from Sonic Forces literally was Chaos, but it was just Chaos Zero doing nothing. Literally, that whole concept is just there to get people like, wow, like, oh, Chaos, Shadow, you know, this other one, Metal Sonic, like, wow, we've heard of these people. Oh, that's true. Yeah, none of the villains were even real. Like, freaking Metal Sonic was just a bunch of cubes. I don't know why Robotnik couldn't just build another robot. It seemed like it'd be the easiest one to recreate. If you played the real Sonic Adventure, you'll know that the real Chaos technically went back to his time period. It's not here anymore. Also a lot faster this level than I used to be. Like, this used to take me like 8 or 10 minutes to beat this. What's really cool is when you play this in the story mode, like Robotnik taunts you during it. Yeah, so you know your Sonic lore. I always like the story of Chaos, out of all of them. Oh shoot! I'm dead. Just fell sideways out. Yeah, that part I've done a million times, but if you're not careful... There's actually a few different ways to this part. I just always take this way. You can go the other way. It's really kind of interesting. You can navigate like almost every side of these little shapes. Yeah, if you fall off at any point, you fall in the direction that you're facing. I always thought this was the last level. It's not. It's one of them. Yeah, I know that they went to the Space Colony arc in Sonic X for some reason. Like the Bio Lizard was there. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 is really the last time Sonic had any, like, lore, like, any canon. Like, everything anything since then you could really just forget about. Sonic Generations was just a time traveling thing. Sonic Colors was a fun little adventure, but other than that, really had no bearing on anything. Sonic Forces was kind of there. Sonic 06 literally didn't happen because the ending. And Sonic Unleashed technically should have some ramifications because the Earth was broken into pieces, but again, that's not a game that really gets referenced a lot either, though it had some decent story. Yeah, I liked Colors. I liked the Wisps. You had Sonic Lost World, which was kind of another throwaway game. Although it introduced the Sinister Six, which I don't think we'll ever see them again, other than in Forces for like one level.
Barely made
I'll tell
it.
you one villain that they never use anymore, and I love him, is depending on what game you go by, Fang the Sniper or Knack the Eastgate. He was an awesome villain, bounty hunter who worked for Robotnik. And yeah, like the purple guy had his own ship. He was a pretty cool character. He was in the comics more than the games, but he was in a few games. Always like to see him. Here we go, the final one. Oh, I'm not counting those things. Sonic Storybook, whatever. I'm gonna gloss right over those. I've actually never played Sonic in the Black Knight. I played the other one, Secret Rings. It's just kind of a way to demo the remote controls. It was like, oh, use the... I can't see. Use the... Flip the Wiimote to make them jump or whatever. It was just... Yeah, Sonic and the Secret Rings, okay. Basically just like a tech demo. It's like, oh, you know... It's like dash forward and hit left or right. Like, it just, I don't know, didn't have a lot of depth to me. Black Knight, from what I've seen of gameplay, actually looks like it's a little more interesting gameplay-wise, but the story just seems to be convoluted. And I want to say Knuckles and Shadow are very playable characters involved. Well, Shadow might be one of the bad guys. I don't know. You got Sonic Boom, which is based on the show, which, I don't have anything bad to say about the show. People say, like, oh, you know, Sonic makes a lot of memes of himself, and, like, it's funny. It's like, yeah, it's funny to a point, but then, like, make something good. Like, I can also sit here and be like, oh, you know, I'm really stupid and funny, laugh at my memes, but it's like, at a certain point, it's like, well, okay, but maybe don't be stupid. Like, it's kind of where I get frustrated. It's like, okay, you realize that these games are a mistake, but you're still making them. Make a good game, then we don't need to make a meme about it. We're not here to laugh, we're here to game. And the show was good. But again, part of the show was just kind of spoofing how weird Sonic is. Like, it wasn't even like, you know, they made Robotnik kind of kooky, they made all... I remember one part in particular where Robotnik's like, you probably think I'm here to kill you from all those times that I was here to kill you. It's like, okay, yeah, it was funny, but it wasn't exactly menacing. Oh, okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. The DS version, well, there were two. The first one was okay, Shattered Crystal. Second one, Fire and Ice. I didn't really get into it that much. I also didn't play much of it. I get kind of bored of them. There's nothing technically wrong with them, but they're just kind of 2D levels with a couple 3D elements, and it's just not enough there for me to want to keep playing it. Shattered Crystal at least had some diversity. Some of the 3D parts were good, but I never finished that game either. Like, just very forgettable. You know, like, Sega's gotten to a point now where they're like, hey, at least the game is playable. Yeah, that doesn't mean I want to play it. It's not... You know, even this game had some glitches. I understand that, but it was fun. Like, you know, I'm not... You know, I'm glad they took their time and made a game that's playable, but it doesn't mean it should be creative, too. Like, Generations had a few glitches, but it was at least fun. Like, the level design was nice.
Yeah!
Exactly, Sonic, yeah. Look, I died again. I'm getting so frustrated. Comedy of errors. Ah, I missed my jump. I prefer the classic shoes, but I don't mind soap shoes. He only wears them in this game. I like the idea of the soap shoes. I like how they help him with the rails and everything. Like, I understand it for this game. Although other games have had him grind without them. I don't know. I'm always going to kind of lean toward classic on anything. What did that do? Another extra life. It's more that Sonic just kind of sponsors things. That's why he wore soap shoes in his game. Like, sure, maybe in the next game he'll be wearing Pumas or something. Or, based on the movie, he'll be wearing shoes from Olive Garden. Classic shoes are just iconic. Oh, come on! I shot that jump. I've always been a fan of Knuckles shoes, actually. Like the little belt buckle on them. I'm all the way back here now.
Yeah.
Sonic movie brought to you by Olive Garden. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, that's gonna hurt. All right, there you have it.
Yes.